Hello student, good morning and welcome for history lecture. So already we have started with our 10th lesson, which is Cold War, and here we are discussing about the reasons, background, the impacts of Cold War. Okay, so in the last lecture we discussed that Cold War, it was between Soviet Russia, that is USSR, and America. Okay, so and this Cold War, it happened after Second World War. Actually, these both countries, they were opposite to each other, but they didn't want to fight because already they had seen the impacts of first Cold War and second Cold War. Already there was loss of humankind, property, economy, everything, and that's why everyone on the earth, they want peace, and that's why this new concept had been emerged after Second World War, and that is Cold War. Cold War means not fighting directly with each other, but there were conflicts within two groups. Okay, so in the last lecture we had discussed about some organization which help to keep peace in the world. Now some treaties are also there. So from that treaties, first treaty we have seen, and that is NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was established in 1949. Okay, so this was the treaty which was made to maintain peace in the world. Now there are some more treaties which establish in this Cold War that we will see. Now next treaty is ANZUS Treaty. So actually ANZUS Treaty, it was signed in 1951, and it was defense agreement which was signed by Australia, A for Australia, NZ for New Zealand, and US for United States. The name ANZUS, it derived from the initial of these three signatory nations: ANZUS, A for Australia, NZ for New Zealand, and US for America. Okay, as a result of the re-establishment of the peace between Japan and United States in 1951, Australia and New Zealand asked for a treaty which making it clear that an attack of any of this country, it will consider as attack of these three. Means if any country is going to attack from any of these countries, so it will be considered that attack of all these three countries, and they are going to give answer to that country. Okay, so here again one more time we can see that unity is a power, and that's why these three countries, they came together and they established their organization for their safety. So the pact became effective in 1952. New Zealand 1985 refusal to allow US nuclear powered or nuclear armed ships to enter its port caused the US to abrogate its ANZUS responsibility towards New Zealand in 1986. New Zealand has not formally withdrawn from the alliance. Now actually we will talk about the ANZUS. Okay, so it was signed a treaty on 1st September 1951 between these three countries: Australia, New Zealand, and US. And this was the treaty for security, for safety, for peace of this country. These nations are in Pacific Ocean region, and that's why this treaty, it is also known as three ways defense pact in the Pacific region, because all these three countries are there in Pacific Ocean, right? So this was the first instant of its kind. Two nations in the British Commonwealth were independently making a pact with America. In the way, it indicated that these countries did not want England and France to interfere in their matters of national security. This treaty had one more objective, to protect the countries in Pacific Ocean from communist China. So what was the aim or objective of this ANZUS? That these countries, they want security, they want peace, they want to protect the countries which were there in Pacific Ocean, and that's why this treaty, it was signed by these three countries in 1951. Okay. Now one more treaty we are going to talk about, and that is SEATO, SEATO, which is next organization, the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, which was an international organization for collective defense in Southeast Asia, created by Southeast Asia Collective Defense Treaty or Manila Pact, signed in September 1954 in Manila, Philippines. Actually, this treaty, firstly it was known as Manila Pact, which was signed in 1954, and after it was renamed, and it was called as SEATO, Southeast Asia. So specially this treaty was for the safety of the countries which were there in the Southeast Asia part. The formal institution of SEATO was established on 19 February 1955 at a meeting of treaty partners in Bangkok, Thailand. Now the organization of the headquarters, it was in Bangkok, and 8 members joined this organization. So England, America, France, Australia, New Zealand, Pakistan, Thailand and Philippines, all these countries, they came together and they signed a treaty on 8 September 1954 in Manila. This place, it is in Philippines. That's why this treaty, firstly it was known as Manila Pact, but afterwards it was renamed, that is SEATO. Now what was the aim or objective of this treaty? To ensure the collective defense of the countries in Southeast Asia. So they wanted safety of the countries which were there in Southeast Asia, and for that sake they signed this treaty, they established this organization. Okay, so this treaty, it is also known as Southeast Asia Collective Defense Treaty also, or the Manila Pact. Now what was the reason behind this pact? To stop the spread of communism in Southeast Asia. I told you that here the two main groups were there. First group, it was favor to communism, another they wanted to spread capitalist all over the world. So USA favor to capitalist, and the USSR, they were favored in the communism. So that's why here this Southeast Asia's countries, they wanted to stop the spread of communism, and that's why they made this treaty. It was decided that if any of the nations included in the pact was attacked, then other nations signing the pact would collectively stand up against it, and in the times of peace they would extend help for that country. So this thing we have seen in all the treaties. So what was the reason behind this treaty? Because they wanted to safeguard their country, and that's why they wanted to come together. एक से भले दो, दो से भले चार. It is like that. Okay, so if there is attack on any of these 8 members, so that time it will be considered that it is on attack of all that 8 members, that those 8 countries, and those 8 countries, they are going to attack on the same country who attack on them. Okay, so they are going to give the answer for that, because now there is a unity in them, so strongly they can give the answer for that attack, and the person who is going to attack on them, that country also think twice before attacking because they have to imagine that if I am going to attack on this particular country, so that time I have to face rest other 7 countries also, right? There were a number of flaws in the treaty. Although it was named as Treaty of Southeast Asian Country, only 3 countries from Asia, namely Thailand, Philippines and Pakistan, were included in it. Here we can say that some flaws were also there in this treaty. The name it is given that Southeast Asia Treaty, but only 3 countries are there from the east part, and that is Thailand, Philippines and Pakistan. Rest all were from the Western nations, who neither geographically nor historically had any affiliations with the 3 Asian countries. So rest of the countries means a total 8 members were there. Three members countries, they were from Southeast Asia and the rest members were from West Asia. So they were geographically distanced from Asia by the thousands of kilometers. They did not have any deep understanding of the problems of Asian countries. Therefore, the military viability of this treaty was very limited. Now, some limitations were there for this organization, because most of the countries were from the western side, and those countries, they were not knowing that what is happening in the Asia, what are the problems of Asia, so how they could solve that problem, how they could help that country, and that was the limitation for this organization. So the headquarters of the C2, it was located in Thailand. However, the organization did not have its own military. Organization it did not have its own military, and that was the drawback for this organization. If the reason is that to protect Southeast countries, so they should have their military power, they should have their armed power. If they don't have, then what is the use of that organization? But this organization, they did not have their own military. In 1973, Pakistan withdrew from it. In 1975, France stopped providing monetary helps to this organization. Pakistan, which was one of the countries from Southeast Asia, they withdrew from this organization, and on 30th June 1977, this organization was officially dissolved, because it could not run. Military power they did not have. They did not got support from countries. One by one countries, they started to withdraw from this organization, and that's why finally in 1975 this organization was dissolved. Okay, now next treaty we are going to discuss, and that is CENTO, the Central Treaty Organization, which is also known as CENTO, Central Eastern Treaty Organization, which was named as Middle East Treaty Organization, or METO also. Baghdad Pact was formed in 1955 by Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Turkey and UK. Again, this treaty, this organization, it was dissolved in 1979. It have 5 member states. So CENTO was known earlier as Baghdad Pact, or it was also known as Middle East Treaty Organization, that is METO, METO. This was treaty which was signed between Turkey, Pakistan, Iran and England on 24th February 1955, and afterwards Iran joined it. The organization headquarters where initially it was located in Baghdad in Iraq, and Ankara, which is in Turkey. Cyprus, it was also an important location for CENTO due to its positioning within the Middle East and the British sovereign base areas situated on the island. Now, what happened in 1958? In a military coup, the monarchy of Iraq was removed from power and the Iraqi Republic was established. Iraqi revolutionists overthrew the government that favored the Western countries. The new regime opposed Baghdad Pact and Iraq withdrew from it in 1959. With this, name of the pact was changed to CENTO and its headquarters were moved to Ankara, that is Turkey. So in this organization also we could see that after some years Iraq withdrew from this treaty and the name got changed and it got name of CENTO and its headquarters it was there in Ankara. And this is a treaty which was generally viewed as one of the least successful organization in the Cold War. So the NATO and CENTO, both this treaty, the main reason or the aim of this treaty is to mutual cooperation and protection as well as the non-intervention in each other's affair. So when the NATO was there as well as the CENTO was there, so that time they decided not to interfere in each other matter and to cooperate with each other. Its goal was to contain the Soviet Union SSR by having a line of strong straight along the USSR southwestern frontier. I told you that जैसे कि हमने देखा कि अगर एक कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना रहा है, इफ़ यूके और यूएसए दे आर मेकिंग एनी ट्रीटी, सो दैट टाइम सोवियत यूनियन दे डिसाइडेड टू मेक अनदर ट्रीटी फॉर देयर सेफ्टी. अगर ये लोग मिलजुल कर उनका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कर रहे हैं तो हम क्यों नहीं, बिकॉज दे ऑल्सो वॉन्टेड देयर सेफ्टी दैट टाइम, राइट. एंड दैट्स वाई whenever the USA they made their treaty, their organization, so at the same time we could see that USSR means Soviet Union, they also established some organization for their protection. Similarly, it was known as the Northern Tier to prevent Soviet expansion into the Middle East. So here we can say that CENTO, this organization, it was favored in capitalist, and here the America gave more encouragement to CENTO, the members which were there in this CENTO organization, because America wanted to stop communism to reach in Asia. And that's why they always gave encouragement to continue the treaty, because they wanted to stop the spread of communism by USSR. So America did help, they did economical help as well as military help to CENTO, the members country. It was because America was afraid, it was afraid that if the Soviet Russia attack any of the member nations, then all members should fight it collectively. However, if such situation emerged in reality, none of the member countries had military capacity to fight. But suppose if in future this situation emerged, but in real sense if we are going to see, so out of this members nobody had military, that such military power that they could fight with Soviet Russia, excepting United Kingdom. Only UK has its strong military power. Rest of three were in need of economic and technological aid, but America was too involved in many other matters to pay attention to their needs. Hence, the member nations of CENTO were not very satisfied. They wanted to withdraw. So here we can say that the members who were there in CENTO, those country, they wanted economic help from America, and America wanted to keep them united, because somewhere America, they thought that there could be attack from Soviet Russia on them, and that's why they wanted to keep run this organization. But CENTO's members, they were not satisfied by America, because America was involved in lots of matter and they could not pay attention towards this country's matter. They wanted to withdraw from the treaty and act independently. So finally the members, they decided they wanted to withdraw from this organization and they wanted to start with their own organization. Iran and Pakistan, they withdrew from this treaty and CENTO became non-operational organization. Okay, now next one pact is, that is Sino Soviet Security Pact, which is earlier Soviet Russia had signed a defense treaty with China in 1950. This act is known as Sino Soviet Security Pact, which is between China and Soviet Russia, USSR and China. Now with this new pact, Soviet Russia agreed to provide economical, industrial, technological help to China. So both these countries, they signed that treaty. Next is Warsaw Pact, which is very important pact in the history. The Warsaw Pact was the name of the military alliance between Soviet Union and Eastern European nations. This treaty included all communist countries except Yugoslavia, Soviet Union, Albania, Bulgaria, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Czechoslovakia and East Germany. The official name of the treaty is known as Treaty of Friendship or the Cooperation and Mutual Assistance. The Warsaw Pact, it was pact between the countries who were in the favor of communism. So all the countries from Soviet Russia, Soviet Union and from Eastern European nation, they came together and they established their pact which favored to communism. To oppose American policies and to strengthen communist nation, this power, they came together, Soviet Russia and 7 communist countries from the Eastern and Central Europe, and they signed treaty which was known as Warsaw Pact. Albania withdrew from this treaty in the year 1968. Warsaw versus NATO, some points I have given that NATO, it was the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and Warsaw, USSR. The countries which were included here, Britain, France, West Germany and other anti-communist countries, anti-communist, okay, and here the communist countries were there. Means on the right hand you can see that capitalist countries, on the left hand side communist countries are there. Spread communism all over the world, that was the aim of this Warsaw's Pact. Contain and stop the spread of communism, opposed to that. Destroy enemies of communism and assist all the other enemies of communism, military or financially. Okay, till here today we are going to see. So some of main treaties today we have discussed. From that, CETO, CENTO, ANZUS, Warsaw Pact and Sino Soviet Security Pact we have seen. Student, you have to remember all the dates, their aims and the treaty which was signed by Soviet Russia, and some treaties were signed by USA, America. Okay, so you have to distinguish between these countries, you have to write their years, you have to remember their goals and objective. Next lecture we are going to continue with some more treaty and organization. Thank you and have a nice day.